let's get into the video. As you guys have seen from the title, this is my 1,000 mile review. Now, although I'm not exactly on 1,000 miles yet, but I'm right next to it. I'm basically there. I just want to talk about this bike, and it's not going to be like my last review video or update or whatever. This is going to be more so I'm going to show you guys what I like this bike, and I'm actually not just going to be standing here. We're going to go right out. We're going to see what's up, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and just make sure that you are getting the bike that you want. Don't get the bike that other people are making you buy, you know. This is just a review. If you want to buy the bike, do it. I'm not sponsored. Once again, they are not sponsoring me. This bike was paid for by my own money. I paid for this bike. This is an honest review. As you guys can tell, we have a lot of different stuff that don't normally come on this bike, and let's just get started. Stuff that you could really tell just looking at it. Now, obviously, if you guys want to just kind of like, you can see that this bike doesn't really look like the one that you get when you purchase it. Now, when you get it, you get the Rawrr stickers, you get the green, you get the front fender, you get all of that. You get the black grips. You do not get this at all. And the seat cover is definitely not this. So what I went ahead and did, I added a little foot lock right there. It really helps you out for wheelies, for a bunch of stuff. It's really nice. It feels great. It locks you in on a wheelie. It allows you to lean back. Now, another upgrade, the gut seat cover. These two are amazing for wheelies. They just feel so nice. Now, these grips, I went ahead and got them because I looped, and my old grips is kind of bad. This one, I kind of scraped it up a little bit. Not from a loop, but it just ended up rubbing off. So, you know. Now, a lot of main things that you definitely can tell that are definitely not supposed to be there. The sticker, that's just a sticker. Not a big deal. We have our fork wrap. I just wrapped it up with some Amazon vinyl and ODI plate and a light that I got sent out to me for completely free. And I flipped the screen, added a mirror. That's basically it. On this side, I have a E-Moto X peg. They feel really nice. They're definitely grippy. And if you guys do want to see the tires and the wheels, they are not the original ones. This tire, the rim for this rear tire is completely the same as stock. It's the stock Rawrr rim. So it's a 17-inch rim. I went and changed it to a Michelin Supermoto, and the front has a completely different rim. It's a 17-inch rim, making the bike sit a lot more even and a lot lower, which makes it definitely better for street riding, I would say. Now, right now, I do have a Shinko because that's the tire that it came with, and later I'm gonna be adding a Supermoto to the front too. It's gonna be a full Supermoto build. I'm gonna get a wider Supermoto on the rear, but this is what I'm rocking with right now. And let's talk more about this bike. Compare it to the competitors. Definitely at this price point, there are some other competitors. For example, we got the RTR, the Rawrr X, and we could talk about the Mototech 72 volt, and let's talk about also the Frigo X2, which is a street legal Sur Ron. But yeah, let's hop right into that, and let's get to riding and not be boring. Okay, before we actually get into the video, I'm going to show you guys that this bike completely just has an app that you can completely change the specs. You can update the bike. You could restore it. You could connect multiple bikes. You could take off the brake sensors and just kind of do a lot to this. As you can see, these are my settings for my Eco. My Sport has this speed. It's just, it's really nice that I'm able to do all of this for this bike. And it's something that you're not allowed to do with a lot of the competitors. For example, the Rawrr X, which is its main competitor, and the one that definitely I would say a lot of people fancy over this bike. So that one doesn't have any sort of tuning software. Stock. You can't tune the bike. You can't change anything about the bike unless you obviously upgrade the controller. And upgrading the controller, it's like a $700 minimum for a nuclear, which is probably what I would say is a more plug-and-play kit. And right now you obviously have the EBMX, but that one you have to change your skid plate. Very nice brakes. Very nice brakes. And if you have seen there's a couple of bikes that actually have these exact same brakes. For example, if you do own or you have seen videos about the Serpent 72 volt, which is a faster bike than this, but it just basically has the same exact brakes, which for me, I kind of enjoy that because it kind of shows me that that bike is faster than this one. I think it might be going like 60 miles per hour, and it's still rocking these brakes, which means these brakes are nice even for a 60 mile per hour bike. And this bike is 50 miles per hour limited. Right now I'm actually doing a little range test. I have Strava opened up, and this is just kind of like, we're gonna kind of be doing like a regular ride and showing you guys basically how much range I actually end up getting. So you guys are gonna not only be able to hear my factors and the stuff that I enjoy and dislike about this bike. So first of all, let's start off with what a lot of people dislike about this bike, and that's the frame. The frame is something that gets looked upon the most, and something that a lot of people actually dislike. In my opinion, I really don't think it's as bad as people say. It does look weird, but it's mostly honestly online. Once you really see this bike in person, you'll kind of see what I mean. It definitely looks way better in person, and the more you customize it, the better it'll look. Like, I say my bike looks pretty clean for it being a Rawrr Mantis X, so a lot of people don't even know. And when I had the fender and it was all black, a lot of people even thought that it was an Ultra B, which is crazy. But at the same time, with that higher wheel, it kind of does feel like a bigger bike, and it definitely is a bigger bike compared to Rawrr Triple X. It's a wider seat, which is something that I really enjoy compared to a Triple X. A Triple X is it's a very thin seat, and there's not much playroom. You know, you definitely have more seat than a Sur Ron on the Rawrr Triple X, but it's not much playroom. You know, like not much comboing. With this one, it's very cushy. You could take out your battery very easily. All you have to do is take off your seat, and then your battery just comes right out. Compared to a Rawrr Triple X, you have to do a lot of unscrewing. You kind of really have to dig into your bike. I have done it before, so you guys can't. So don't be saying that, oh, I'm just speaking off of speaking. I have taken a battery out on a Rawrr Triple X. My friend has a Rawrr Triple X. We have done a lot of stuff. Like comparing each other's bike. I will say he does get slightly more range, but it seems like we normally end up like 4% away from each other, which is definitely not that much. Alright, now we're gonna head into here, but I will say we don't end up that far away from each other percentage wise. So battery is definitely not really bad. I really don't have a bad time with this battery. And I will say one thing, I've never been able to kill this battery at all. I've been trying to kill it. I've been trying to just do a BMS reset just for the fun of it, just to kind of see what will happen if I reset the BMS. Will my range slightly increase? Will anything change at all? And I've just never been able to do it. I'm pretty sure it definitely has to be possible, but every time I get to 0%, the bike just keeps giving more battery and more battery. So I'll stay at 0 and I'll still get like 2, 3, 4 miles, and then the bike will just still turn on. And it's really weird because I've never actually been able to kill it. And hitting that 0%, you're still able to go decently fast, which is 28 miles per hour, 25. But the thing is, you really don't get torque. Now the downside on this bike, you lose a lot of the torque going below 25% of the battery. If you go below 25% of the battery, you'll find that basically all your torque is just out the window. You don't have any acceleration. You really don't have power. You do have high top end speed. You definitely have high top speed still. But apart from that, you really you lose a lot of the stuff that a lot of the people enjoy, you know? So if you kill it below 25, you're gonna lose a lot. And the battery sags, I would say, at a higher percentage, but then from there, you just kind of know to tone it down and kind of start going where you're going. Again, I love this bike. I like it so much that I'm gonna even end up upgrading this bike fully because that's how much I just enjoy the way this bike sits. So I enjoy the way the bike sits. I love the suspension. I like the seat. I like the height. I like everything about it. I like that it's wider. I like that you could take the battery out easily. You don't have to struggle with it compared to Talaria Triple X, where it's really more so struggle than ease. And I will say, when you're pinning the throttle, some bikes kill really quick. This bike seems that it's not as quick as those. Bikes. My friend's Talaria Triple X, his battery is definitely bigger. It's a 40 amp hour 60 volt battery. This is a 72 volt 30 amp hour. So when you mix those up, that's like 4 amp hours more than this bike. He has like 4 more amp hours, which is like 300 more watt hours. So he gets more range supposedly. But when we're actually pinning it in top speed, I normally end up coming out with the better range. Like one time we were both charging, he was at a higher battery than mine. This is another downside to this bike. The charger is a 5 amp charger compared to the Talaria. It's either Talaria has a 9 amp or a 10 amp charger, which makes your bike just completely destroy other people in charge time. So that's one of the things. And another of the things, Talaria Triple X is not gonna have the same suspension that this bike does. And I'll show you guys another thing. Alright, like I was talking, this bike has linkage, which is something that Talaria Triple X doesn't have. The Triple X Pro does have, but I'm comparing this right now to the Talaria Triple X because the Pro is more expensive. It's not even in this budget anymore, I would say. Right now it's $3,750. This bike right now you can find it on Facebook Marketplace. A lot of them are just selling really nicely for like $3,000. You could pick this bike up for pretty cheap, I'm not gonna lie. And for what it is, it's definitely a nice bike, and I really do recommend it to a lot of people. I enjoy it. I don't think the range is bad. I actually really enjoy the range. I find that it's literally just perfect. I'm never at the point where my battery just dies or I'm not gonna be able to make it home. I've never had that happen to me one time. So that's definitely a plus. You do get a LED screen. You could turn it down and change a lot of the settings. Like right now, I just turned down the brightness. You do have a charger hole down here. Now the charger hole is definitely hit or miss. A lot of people it doesn't work. A lot of people it does work. For me, it actually does work. You just need the correct cable and you're able to charge your phone on it. A lot of people it doesn't work. So I don't know what Rawrr is doing that. Maybe in a new update for the app, that's gonna be all fixed. So we've talked about the suspension. Really nice suspension. It's KKE, so it's the same thing you would get on a Sur Ron. Obviously a Sur Ron is, if you get it on Alibaba, which is very inconvenient, you're not gonna have really any of the support, any of the warranty. You're gonna be able to get it for the same price. You're gonna have linkage. You're gonna have all the pluses that you would have on a bike like this and the Talaria Triple X, getting it from Lunacycle. But I will say, I really just enjoy being able to not have to worry. Rawrr actually offers a great warranty on this bike, and something that you really don't have to worry about. They're really accurate with the warranty. I've already contacted them a little bit, and they're really fast. They're responsive. They're really nice people, and if anything, they'll literally just send you out a new part and make sure you don't have to worry about your bike, and they'll get it all resolved for you. So really great warranty. I obviously don't know how warranty for the Talaria Triple X is going to be, etc., all of that, because I don't own one. I have ridden one. I do know people with one, but I really just enjoy this bike. It's really nice. It has a really nice subframe. You can hold the air tag in here, which is fire, because you're going to be able to hold your bike. I have an alarm on it. The charger hole is right here, which means you can have your charger on either side. You're still going to be able to charge it. Linkage is actually right here. As you can see, it goes down into here. One thing you will have, the chain is on this side compared to that side. You can say that's the downside. You don't get access to Ultra B brakes. You don't get access to a lot of brakes. But one thing that I'm actually seeing that you can do, we're definitely gonna be able to use those Storm B brakes, which I hope are more powerful than Ultra B brakes, because Storm B is it the Storm B? Yeah, the Storm B is technically a faster bike and definitely seems to be the bigger brother to the Ultra B. 100%. It's definitely a bigger bike. It's a faster bike, and it looks really nice. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Obviously, you can't compare this bike to an Ultra B or a Storm B, because that's just a different tier of bikes. That's up with the E-Ride Pros, with the new bike, that the Arctic Fox or the Arctic Leopard, whatever that bike is called. That's up there. It's the higher price, the up $5,000, up $6,000, which is almost twice as much as this. Again, I bought this bike when it was sub taxes $3,000. So for $3,000 plus taxes, obviously I got it with taxes and everything. I had to pay shipping, taxes. I ended up paying $3,500. Right now this bike is going for $4,200. I will say it's still a really nice deal. It's a really nice deal for the amount of bike you get for that money. You get linkage, you get a lot of stuff. Right now, if you try to buy a XXX Pro, it's gonna run you a decent amount, especially seeing that right now it's $3,750. I'm dumb, but $3,750 before taxes, before shipping, and I know that they really push taxes and shipping, so it's gonna be like $4,500. And at that point, that's basically a brand new Sur Ron that you would buy straight from the dealership. I really would think about my options at that price point. You're really spending almost Ultra B money. You're spending almost E-Ride Pro SS money for a bike that's it's not gonna run you as fast, as good. You're basically just paying for linkage and for a different wheel set. As you can see, this thing picks up speed really nicely, and you really just feel the speed. It feels great. I love going fast. It does drain your battery a lot. But what else can I say about this bike? I completely love it. I've talked about my downsides. I've talked about a lot of stuff. If you guys want to see someone upgrade the Rawrr, I definitely would stay tuned. And if you guys want to, make sure to like and subscribe to this video, because I'm just gonna be doing a lot of stuff to this bike. As you can see, I've changed a lot of stuff. It's gonna be a full supermoto build, more so of a street bike. Later on, I'm actually gonna buy another bike and have that be my off-road bike. But you guys are definitely gonna have to stay tuned for that. So I'm definitely hooked on this bike stuff. I'm definitely really hooked, and I just really enjoy riding bikes. I enjoy doing all of this stuff, especially for you guys. You guys are great. I just want to say thank you to every single one of you guys. None of this would be possible without you guys. Thank you guys for 8,900. It's definitely a really nice milestone, and you guys know that 9,000 is next, and I can't wait to get there. We're 75 subscribers away from that, and if you guys do want to help me out, just like and subscribe and just tune in for videos. There's not much I need to say. Just thank you guys for every single thing that you guys do for me. I enjoy everything. I love making videos. It's definitely a passion of mine. I'm so grateful for every single one of you guys. I'm gonna cut back to when I kind of get the battery percentage in the range. I'm gonna be trying to ride the highest speed that I can, so I'll cut back to when my battery is definitely shorter. And you know what, guys, we're gonna go get some Chick-fil-A. So let's cut to us getting some Chick-fil-A, baby. Alright, as you can see, this thing picks up speed really nicely, and you really just feel the speed. It feels great. I love going fast. It does drain your battery a lot, but what else can I say about this bike? I completely love it. I've talked about my downsides. I've talked about a lot of stuff. If you guys want to see someone upgrade the Rawrr, I definitely would stay tuned. And if you guys want to, make sure to like and subscribe to this video, because I'm just gonna be doing a lot of stuff to this bike. As you can see, I've changed a lot of stuff. This is gonna be a full supermoto build, more so of a street bike. Later on, I'm actually gonna buy another bike and have that be my off-road bike. But you guys are definitely gonna have to stay tuned for that. So I'm definitely hooked on this bike stuff. I'm definitely really hooked. And I just really enjoy riding bikes. I enjoy doing all of this stuff, especially for you guys. You guys are great. I just want to say thank you to every single one of you guys. None of this would be possible without you guys. Thank you guys for 8,900. It's definitely a really nice milestone, and you guys know that 9,000 is next, and I can't wait to get there. We're 75 subscribers away from that. And if you guys do want to help me out, just like and subscribe and just tune in for videos. There's not much I need to say. Just thank you guys for every single thing that you guys do for me. I enjoy everything. I love making videos. It's definitely a passion of mine. I'm so grateful for every single one of you guys.